In today's video, we'll be taking a peek into the scary potential of City's young midfield trio, Phil Foden, James McAtee, and Matheus Nunes. From game-changing creativity to amazing technical abilities, these youngsters look set to dominate in the midfield position in coming decades. Stay tuned as we break down why this combination could shape the future of football. Oh, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more football insights. At just 24 years old, Phil Foden has already achieved what most players can only dream of. We're talking about PFA Player of the Year, Premier League Player of the Season, and even a Ballon d'Or nominee. To add to that, the Stockport-born footballer, who happens to be a lifelong City fan, has already lifted the Premier League trophy 5 times. Add to that 2 FA Cups, 4 EFL Cups, and a Champions League title. Oh, and let's not forget, he's started a World Cup quarter-final and played in a European Championship final. But Foden wasn't just along for the ride. Every medal and milestone came with his stamp on it. With his skill, vision, and versatility, he's been a key player in every one of those title charges. These days, he's become a certified baller. But like every other world-class footballer, his rise to the top didn't happen overnight. After 6 years in the City Academy, he broke into the spotlight in 2017. In his first season, he became the youngest English player to start a Champions League match at just 17 years and 192 days old. Not only that, but a few months later, he set another record as the youngest Englishman to start a knockout game in the same competition. And it didn't stop there. Foden played in City's EFL Cup final victory over Arsenal that same season. Before he even turned 18, he became the youngest player ever to receive a Premier League winner's medal. The biggest accolade at that time came from his coach, Pep Guardiola, who told the press, "He is the most talented player I have ever seen." There were a lot of expectations that followed after that, but there's no doubt Foden lived up to them. So it's no surprise that with Man City looking to refresh their midfield after recent struggles, all eyes are on Foden to lead the charge. Could he be the one to take the reins and lead City's midfield into a new era? It's no small task, but if anyone's up for it, it's Foden. A natural left footer, Foden is comfortable playing in multiple positions, whether it's as a wing-back, a winger cutting in from the right, or even in a more central attacking role as a false nine. He has adapted well to the roles when called upon. However, Pep Guardiola sees Foden primarily as a midfielder, despite his flexibility. And it's no surprise why. Foden's technique is a thing of beauty. He's always on the half-turn when receiving the ball, positioning himself perfectly to keep the game moving. Then there's his ability to glide past defenders like they're not even there. Whether it's his confident dribbling or incisive passing, Foden is all about ambition and forward momentum. He's equally comfortable operating in tight spaces between the lines or dropping deep to collect the ball. There's a reason why he's called the Stockport Iniesta and has David Silva as his idol. With his style and elegance, you'd be forgiven for thinking he was a product of Spain's football academies, rather than a lad born in Stockport. Foden's role in Man City's midfield has only grown as Kevin De Bruyne's minutes have started to drop with age. For close to a decade, the Belgian has been the best in his role in the league, but in recent years, the midfield maestro has had to contend with injuries, so he doesn't feature regularly for City like he did before. And with De Bruyne out for large parts of the 23-24 season, and even before that, who stepped up? Foden. Over the last 2 seasons, aside from Haaland and KDB, Foden has been City's most productive player, with 42 goals and 20 assists. But it's not just the stats. Foden shows up when it matters most. He has that clutch gene in him. Remember his big performances in the Man City derby, or those crucial Champions League games against Real Madrid. He's not just a player for regular fixtures. He's a big game player, and that's something City can always count on. And talking about people City can count on, let's move on to the City Academy and check out another midfield alumnus who's ready for the big leagues. From the Stockport Iniesta to the Salford Silva, meet James McAtee, the young Manchester City midfielder with a nickname that carries plenty of expectations. Being compared to a club legend like David Silva is no small feat, but McAtee's quality justifies the comparison. Like Silva, McAtee is known for his elegance on the ball, quick footwork, and perfectly weighted passes. He thrives in tight spaces, always finding a way to keep possession under pressure. These similarities to Silva have earned him plenty of attention and excitement among fans, with one ex-user tweeting, "I'm getting David Silva vibes from James McAtee." really good passing range, movement and technique on the ball. At just 19 years old, McAtee has already experienced moments most young players can only dream of, from featuring in several cup competitions to making his Premier League debut off the bench against Everton. He's shown glimpses of what he can offer. Pep Guardiola will no longer have any doubt of McAtee developing into a key player for City in the years to come. McAtee's journey so far has been impressive. Since joining City's under-11s, he has consistently stood out, particularly during his breakout season in 2020, when he played a key role in helping the youth team win the Premier League 2 title. But breaking into City's first team is no easy task, especially with the competition for places in a squad filled with world-class talent. Though he isn't a regular yet, McAtee's potential is clear. His manager recognises this, so it wasn't surprising that after McAtee made his first start for Man City in the 24 Community Shield, misplacing just one of his 30 passes, Pep, who was impressed, had this to say: "I'd love to have James McAtee and keep him next season. He's a special guy to play in small spaces. In the pockets, we don't have many. I have a high opinion of McAtee. And I also know his huge potential." McAtee's potential is there for all to see, but after 2 loan spells at Sheffield United and now back at Man City, with small minutes played so far in the first team, many might wonder what makes the youngster so special that City wants to keep him around. The answer lies in his natural flair and ability to make difficult things look effortless on the ball. McAtee is an attacking midfielder who thrives in the centre of the pitch, always finding pockets of space to influence the game. His skill set allows him to create chances in an instant. Whether it's driving at defenders with a purposeful run or using a clever flick to unlock a tight defense, McAtee brings a level of unpredictability and creativity to the attack. The 22-year-old is a step ahead of most players on the pitch, constantly thinking and executing faster than his opponents. Whether it's a quick twist and turn to open up space, a killer pass, or a well-placed shot, he's always ready to make an impact. His goal-scoring ability is another standout quality. In the 2020-21 season, he scored 8 goals in just 23 appearances, including a goal from a Palmer cutback in the FA Youth Cup final, where City beat Chelsea 3-2 in a memorable encounter. His loan spell at Sheffield United further showcased his talent. With 9 goals and 3 assists in the Championship, McAtee was the club's 3rd highest contributor to goals that season. His ability to finish chances is remarkable, whether it's calmly converting inside the box, curling in a stunning free kick, or launching a long-range rocket after an amazing run. The kid might have just got it all. But has he? Matheus Nunes might have a thing or two to say about that. Every midfielder needs a powerhouse and a versatile player who can do it all. If there's one person who ticks the box in Man City these days, it's Matheus Nunes. Pep might have gone a bit over the top when he once called Matheus Nunes one of the best players in the world, and he didn't hold back in admitting that Nunes is, without a question, an exceptional player. And Guardiola isn't often wrong when it comes to spotting talent. Before joining Manchester City, he spent 1 season at Wolves, yet that brief stint was enough to showcase the qualities Guardiola had already seen in him. Wolves signed him for £38 million, and while his time there was short, he left a mark. His stunning angled strike against Chelsea in 23 was not just a goal, but a moment of magic that got him a spot on the Premier League Goal of the Season shortlist. So what makes him so special that Wolves signed him for a club record fee, and City were willing to pay £53 million to bring him in? Before we dive in, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It really helps us bring you more great content. Now, back to Nunes. One of his biggest strengths is his versatility. He can play in a midfield pairing, operate wide on either flank, where he loves to cut inside, or slot in as a number 10. And while, yes, he is primarily right-footed, he's also comfortable with his left for short and medium-range passes. Add that to his professionalism and his incredible physical attributes, like endurance and work rate, and you've got a player who can fit into any system. He has shown his versatility this season. With injuries hitting the squad, he has stepped in wherever needed. He has played as a winger, filled in as a number 10, played as a number 8, and even took on the pivot role against Feyenoord to give Gundogan a break. On top of that, after Haaland, Nunes has the most goal contributions in the team, with 3 goals and 6 assists. It is nothing short of an incredible feat for a player many see as rotational. Nunes isn't the type of player who wows you with flashy dribbling, but what makes him special is his ability to hold onto the ball under pressure. Using subtle body feints and smart movements, he creates just enough time and space to outmaneuver opponents, making him incredibly hard to dispossess. Nunes is at his best when facing an opposition's goal, using the space ahead to show off his speed and skills. He's great at carrying the ball forward, breaking through defensive lines with ease. His mobility and ability to handle pressure make him hard to stop, and defenders often struggle to get him off the ball. Fans have noticed his talent too. One City fan on X described him like this: Matheus Nunes, when he's on it, is genuinely one of the best ball carriers in the world with ease. It's just that final ball can be so frustrating. He's a baby Kovacic with much better physicality. While his final pass still needs work, Nunes has everything it takes to be a top player. With his strength, speed and ball-carrying ability, he's already a key part of the team. If he improves his decision-making in the final third, he could become one of the best midfielders in the world. Manchester City's grip on the Premier League is starting to slip. With veteran midfielders slowing down and injuries piling up, the team has faced some tough challenges. But with Phil Foden, Matheus Nunes and James McAtee stepping up, there's hope for a bright future. The big question is, are they ready to take on the responsibility and keep City at the top? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Stick around too, because we've got more exciting videos coming up next.